all or all about open source overview. Open source is a quite buzzword in a tech industry for years, and with a good reason. The system of development has been developed so many large communities of the people to cooperate on project, making it more flexible, robust, and reliable. But what exact open source means? The question what come to my curious mind: what is so important? What is so real purpose? History of open source. To fully understand open source, let us just talk about history of open source. The concept of open source was used to early days of computer programming in 1916 when computer were still a new technology. Internet do not exist. Most software was written by researchers working on university and government labs. They shared their code as a we collaborate and learn from each other. Now you will think, how is open source? Well, it let me give you an answer. Open source does not mean when we use Git or GitHub or another version control system. Open source we collaborate or something by sharing it with other. Anyone can work on it. Because open source itself coined in late 1990 in the way described the collaborative model. The term was popularized in open source initiative, a non-profit organization funded by founded in 1998. The OSHA created open source definition which shared the requirement that must be made the license of considered open source. The oldest example of open source was Unix operating system, which was first developed by Bell Labs in 1970. Unix was widely used in academics and research, and its source code was openly shared and modified by research. This led to development of many different versions of Unix, such as whole hour and such a Linux, which is widely used today. Even today, Linux is open source and had waivers, or you can say distro distribution just Arch, Linux, Ubuntu, Hydro, open source, different communities to create these distros while collaborating and working together. Is there benefit of open source? Let's talk about the open source license. An open source license is legal agreement that allow other users to use, modify, and distribute the software. The main principle of open source is true that source code is software is freely available to the public, which means anyone can use, modify, and distribute the software for any purpose as long as they follow the term of the condition of the file. Some common open source include GPL, MIT, Apache, and GPT's license, one of the most widely used open source license. It is copyleft license, which means that it requires that any derivative work or software which is a GPL license must be released under the GPL. Apache license does not require software based on Apache license software released under the same license. Mm. It's most important to note that like Apache license, the MIT license also compatible with many other open source, which means that it can be used in combination with other open source software. Also, it's widely used in and widely recognized license. CC license is Creative Commons license is set to license that can be applied to various type of creative work such as text, image, music, and other creative work rather than just software. The license provide creator with a way communicate how other can be their work and make clear what writer they granted of. There are several different type of creative common license, each with different term of condition, but in general creative common license allow the user to use, share, and work upon the work as long as the creator is open source. Only for program open source product welcome a wide range of contribution including change of documentation, test, change in design code, and I myself started my journey with documentation change in review. Documentation changes are important for ensuring that software is easy to use and having accurate up-to-date documentation can help new user get started with project and help experience used to learn. Running test is another important aspect of open source development. It helps to ensure that the software is stable and reliable. By running test, developer can identify and fix bugs and the issue before they are released to public. Changes in design are also welcome as they make sense software more user friendly and visually appealing. Design software can make easier to use and navigate, understand the functionality of software. These design can be anything user idea code review are also important part of open source. They help to ensure that the code is well written, maintenance, and free to other. Open source development is also provide a great opportunity to learning whether you are not open source. The opportunity to learn open is opportunity where you can look into the code base, understand how the software work, how developer approachable. It's a great way to learn new skill, technique, and best practice. Opportunities for student open source is a opportunity for student learning new skill. Open source project can be great way for a student to learn new technologies, programming language, and real life development scenario. Building a portfolio to participating in open source project can help a student build a portfolio to work that demonstrate their skill and experience. Mm. Experience to potential employer. Networking open source product can provide a student with the opportunity to network with the developer and professional in the field. giving them opportunity. Open source project allow student to contribute to project that can real impact on the world. Open source product can allow students to access the wide variety of resources like tutorial and documentation to help students get better. Participating in open source community can enhance problem solving skill, communication skill, and teamwork skill, which are crucial for any profession. How to start with open source? You can amazing open source at the hub or open source product like get into guys. There are started at the community. You know to and research open source contribution. If you related project, feel free to present in Twitter. Conclusion: open source is a beautiful thing which represent knowledge and technology we available to free anyone, regardless of their background, resource, or age. Power to contribute. The idea is that a group of individuals will over the world can come together, collaborate to create something that benefit them. Open source is more just code. It's a way of life philosophy. It's about sharing knowledge and resources. It's community collaboration and better future of everyone. Using technology as a tool to improve. It's a reminder that together we can achieve so much via either. If you like the blog, feel free to like to comment. Let's read about the what's this about. The open source community aim to encourage and promoting communication skill, promoting communication best practice, technical activity and so on. Joy. Uh, Core value Discord. Why do you think tech will look like a 5 year? Let's read this. Last year we saw lots of cool technologies in the world. What do you think of the next year? Yeah, I thought it would be a lot long. How to success in introverts? As I like often I didn't like to being a center of attention. Would hardly speak to other unless I attribute some of the having outgoing older sister as the I couldn't get a word anyway. Whether it's nature or nature, it's cause clear I was introvert. Despite that, I have gone to successful careers at for introvert. Navigating the corporate world can be daunting, but there are few ways to can make it easier. Not everyone is introvert. Usually, we mix up the both characteristics for to find out the level, even if it's adjusted. But friends between introvert and extrovert can seem like polar opposite at time. It's wonder the just at all. Introvert are name suggest are so more interested focus. They enjoy working by themselves. They quite environment so focus deeply on one task. They didn't distraction will often push. Extrovert on the other hand extremely focused. They prefer to work on environment surrounded by people they interact. They happy to fill multiple projects and frequently need to talk to well to collect them. We are engineer or as an engineering good control. Stand up. The typical only some. Auto engineering does require long period of focus on they are depending greatly depending for those mostly unaffected with the virus pandemic was listening discreet feeling introvert fleshly they were don't get it right over try and message ChatGPT. Exploring the literature Scott infantile is here. How to vote over average schedule roadmap to one data listing for free. Excel starter with Excel and bro just the through probably choose Python or random language. Exploring the latest feature of Scott how to average rest pre-rendering front-end with Angular Universal Hybrid. Automatic attendance system with Python. Test with testing. You need to know designation security. Let's read about something else. What's in open source? Let's see what we have read in the article. Open source. Open source is usually about how can someone contribute to the community with its support classification of the robots we can calculate project. Your article I am best practice. How working installs Spark notebook. The newer program language could be feature visitor pattern times, but the some advanced project Python project. I'd read something else. Can you explain the global chip shortage. The supply chain bottleneck we are expecting across the globe start with component rather than you start with component shortage. All the component shortage by the far most service certain semiconductor chip. The current global chip shortage while only a few of the percent imbalance market. However, it's a unique breadth of product families will cap out the despite headlines in the country we are not experiencing end of the global semiconductor shortage based on market data and conversation with our customer we expect the basic semiconductor market will constitute well into 2000 on the list. The market of the complex semiconductor microprocessor will be tight throughout 2000. There has simply never been higher demand for semiconductor globally. The semiconductor sector expected to grow 7% between from 9 to 3. The first time in the market has reached the revenue milestone. A few segments in particular are fueling the growth of the internet of things, 5G, automotive, especially electrification and automotive industry, and some previously strong drivers of chip demand. Consumer electronics like smartphone and laptops has slowed, creating issue for companies that now have too much inventory and strong investment. Still showing demand of this area. Shortage of like most unpleasant thing in our life of the past year, there are single underlying cause of the global and sustainable what we had on global chip shortage. The COVID-19 pandemic kickstart the chip shortage. It's like receiving effect include where outbreak, labor charge, injuries, labor lower changes, geopolitical uncertainty have fueled each link the global supply chain. This is because pandemic also spread a snapback in growth and demand, so the market and predictable that supply chain will struggle to keep on COVID-19 reshaped. Let's see who is on the road. It's only about 12 minutes have passed, 3 minutes left. Impact from the sustained demand. Let's see another topic. For your next side project, make a browser and vlogging with microblogging, remembering a IBM shift remaining US. Nucleus CRISPR system लगा more HBO Max great law need to enter how to improve Python packaging subreddit the age of musical image of Friday night near disasters open sourcing items will get try central move maker Sony authentication with Django and single page it's second page video clip with the stable diffusion create a first unit let's import from first image oh bro it's good producing a stream using a stream James out making lens particularly Java there was no sort of all student reduction testing visuality grounded because engine actually replaced one file it's good with adult aviation it's notice all mail mission or not system stuffing remain high and system monitoring on presenting high level this morning a senior official told ABC Thursday computer traffic on the term system is super high level pilot and airplane started with normal flight operation while all trying to make up delay all the same time public and media computer traffic on NOTAM system is running high because of the global test as an engineer replaced one file with another the official that realized the mistake was being made a system being issued problem ultimately failed FA staff previously tried to figure out the wrong that's what is back with own again beauty of basic electronics on connecting Let's see yours. Thanks for today. Meet you tomorrow.